I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And as we do each meeting, we just remain for a moment and remember our men and women in the services all across this world. And I have 4 local residents I also would like us to remember: Stella Riebelholt, Michael Pozo, Patrick Hurley, and Jackie Mahan. Thank you. Is there any public comment on agenda items?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. It's good to see on the agenda here that bid winners, you know, and what gets me though is up here, bills and claims, $104,000. I mean, can the taxpayers have some way of seeing what that $104,000, the details of it? I mean, most of it is probably the water projects, but yet, like the taxpayers like to know if there's anything else that could be bid on, could we try to save some taxpayer money on?
Well, as far as the bidding, most things, if not almost everything actually, there's legal notices for that. And people who are in the business of different kinds of businesses.
The taxpayers are in the business of watching taxpayer money too, so
Well,
that's why
that's apples and
I'm
oranges.
asking.
That's apples and oranges. I'm talking about how we go out to bid. We do it the legal way. As far as the bills themselves, what totals 104, you're welcome to, this is the document here. You can see it while you're sitting there.
Well, I mean, is that something that should be online every week? I just glance at it and I'll give that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable. Can
No,
I just make a
no,
comment?
of
I don't
course.
think it's unreasonable for them. I make it a point to look at those too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I come up with, like, why are we spending this much on hardware at the hardware stores? Who's buying it? Where's the accountability for these tools? Where's the accountability for all these lumber that we're getting? Where is it going? So I think if taxpayers want to see, you know, how much are we spending at B. Rose Hardware or on True Value?
And another thing is that the new bonds for all the water projects, I don't think we're paying for them yet, are we?
No.
But, you know, let's start saving money now for those expected tax increases. Thank you.
Yeah.
Michael Joyce, residents of the village. That's a very good point that Ron and Melanie brought up. Can anybody from either the water or the DPW go into the warehouse and just pick something up? Or is
What do you
there,
mean? What warehouse?
not the warehouse, but the hardware stores? Or is there a designated person that a request form is filled out and then they go to the hardware store?
Well,
Is there? No.
no, there's not, but when they go inside there, if you don't mind me asking, Joe, I just,
No.
I'm wrong. And when they go inside, Pete writes down, Steve over there, or Kevin, they write down, you know, what they received and everything else. There's no,
Have to sign for it?
Yeah, they have to sign for it and everything else. It's not like, you know, it has to, and if it doesn't jive with a project that they're doing, and normally we don't have that problem at all, that they wind up, they go in, they pick up and get what they need, and then they sign for it, and then we get charged for it down the road.
Okay, but wouldn't it make more sense that the head of each department?
No, because the head of each department might be busy doing something else, and he might send this young man over there to go do it.
I understand that. I
You know,
don't,
you know, but the head of the department,
What I'm
that's
saying
telling
is-
them go to get it.
what I'm saying is, the head of each department knows what projects are in the pipeline, correct?
Absolutely. They don't.
So they would know what materials are needed, correct?
Correct.
The receipt, when
So-
you go into a store and purchase some paint, they fill out a slip, they sign it, and he keeps one, and the other slip goes to the department head.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when a project is coming up, and you know what materials you need, the department head would sign off on the project. Then he would have to say, yes, we need 5 gallons of paint.
Well, he does that
He
now.
would sign off.
No, he does that now. This young man over here who works for the highway, no, Jeff, no,
Can I just say
no,
something?
no.
When I go to the hardware,
You kidding me?
No, when I go to the hardware store, you know, I don't buy frivolous stuff.
Right,
I'm a
Right.
cheapskate, you know? I
Right.
look around the shop, I know what we have, and you know, and I say, oh, we don't need a paint roller.
Unbelievable.
We have 2 of them over here.
Right,
You know,
right.
And, you know, so,
Okay, that's it,
Right, but,
Please don't ever do that again,
okay,
ever.
sorry.
You don't have to say you're sorry. Everything is checked by the department head after it's picked up or before it's picked up. Maybe the department head told them to go pick it up. So I'm not sure what more we could do. And I'm going to inquire, well, I wonder what the town does. I wonder what the town does.
whatever, but I live in the village, and
Yeah.
as a taxpayer,
Thank you,
I'm just asking
Thank you.
taxpayer questions,
Thank you.
and
thank you.
you're welcome. And have a good evening.
Okay. Huh? Yeah, all bills are reviewed by every board member here. Every bill, every single bill, before it comes up here tonight. That's just,
But, you know, I don't know what's happening to it either. You know, sometimes just like the 100 screwdriver that I've seen that's bought from and I'm like, where are these screwdrivers going? Or a touchless sink, where is that going? Or a cell phone cover. I'm like, whose cell phone is that going
but
to?
we can ask those questions.
Well, I
You
know,
what
but it's.
department,
You're saying they bought 100 screwdrivers?
I said, that's metaphorical.
Oh.
Something like 100 screwdrivers, like 100 screwdriver that I've seen. You've used that kind of
Okay.
figure to show exaggeration of the number of tools that sometimes passes through, and I don't know where that's going now. How do you check and see where that's going? I think that's what the question is of certain people, of the public.
All right, I have bills in, if there's not, anyone have any more comments on agenda? Okay. I have bills and claims for fiscal year 2022, 2023, $104,741.66. May I have a motion to pay?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have approval for the minutes that were written from our meeting here on April the 4th, 2023?
So moved.
May I have a second? Seconded by Melanie, all in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have a bid put in for one of 2 food vendor spots we have in parking lot number 2. We had one bidder only, Jesse Marvin, $300, and he sells hot dogs. He went through the right channels and sealed bid, et cetera, et cetera. So if we could approve that.
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Gary. That's $300 for the year or for the season that he's there. Motion carried. And next, we should approve the bid of $20,810, which was the only bid received, recommended by our DPW Superintendent John Jones for grass mowing for the season. If I could have a motion.
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
No,
Wait,
close.
okay, I'm gonna do roll call.
Trustee Guerrero?
No, oh, okay. Sorry.
No, that's okay, that's
You're
okay.
doing roll call?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, because I think our DPW should be doing that.
Trustee Phillips?
Yes.
Trustee DeSalvo?
Yes.
Mayor D'Onofrio?
the only thing I'll say before I vote is, for the DPW to do it, we'd have to hire at least one, probably two more employees, which that price would be more than what this price is. And we'd have to also then buy equipment, et cetera, et cetera. But
Excuse me, but who did it before?
we've had, I'm past comments right now, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this the right way. But we had a, the landscaper's been doing it for several years now. Yeah. I vote yes, motion carries. Okay, next, this is good news. We should approve the auction that we had done on two vehicles. One was a backhoe. The auction price, which was great, was $21,700. We had a Ford Crown Victoria, 2007 Ford Crown Victoria, $3,300. And we had a 5,000-gallon tank that went for, if you ever saw it, you'd say no one's going to pay $1, but someone has decided to give us $340 for that tank. We should, through a motion, accept the three bids.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Gary, all in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Pays for the grass cut.
Yeah.
And then some.
And then
Okay. Next, we should approve tonight the legal services of our village attorney that's here tonight. The retainer of $3,000 per month, and non-retainer matters $195. And I will only point out, and I wanted to do this before I came upstairs, but you might be able to tell me faster than I can find it. That's been the price for your retainer for how long?
Since I've
Years.
been- Since I've been.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was right.
The hourly did go up last year,
Yeah,
the excess hourly.
yeah, yeah.
But I,
So you would be approving myself signing the contract, the agreement. I have a motion.
make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have a police officer to appoint who's been vetted and physical and psychological and interviewed and everything that needed to be done. Her name is Elizabeth Leonardi, full-time police officer. It would be effective immediately. Her starting salary would be step one with a 78-week probation recommended by Officer in Charge Jason Torpy.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Next, it says hire, but it's really, this gentleman works for us, and he's at the Highway Department, DPW. We have an opening at the wastewater treatment plant. He was one of two fellas that put in for it. Interviews were done by personnel from the sewer plant and Jim Ramus, who's the trustee for the wastewater treatment plant, and he has recommended Quindell, Washington. And it's a starting rate of $19.15 per hour with a 1-year probation. May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have roll call?
Trustee Guerrero?
Yes.
Trustee Phillips?
Yes.
Trustee DeSalvo?
Yes.
Mayor D'Onofrio?
I am going to abstain. Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have a gentleman here who has completed his probation, Elmer Baker, effective the 17th of April, 2023, requested that his probation be lifted by the DPW Supervisor John Jones.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, I have an event form with insurance also from the Recreation Department for a baseball, softball opening day celebration on the 29th of April. I think it's a parade from Main Street down to Memorial Park. It's at 9 a.m., again on April the 29th. Everything is in order. If we could approve that.
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Melanie, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. For information, the months of June, July, and August will have one board meeting. It'll be held on the third Monday of each month during the months of June, July, and August. Again, the third Monday as normal. We're just canceling the first meeting for those 3 months. If something emergency or it could be a bill that needs to be paid or something, I will call a special meeting and all the board will know about it. And I will always try to make it convenient, you all know I do this, that we can all be there. If someone has a scheduling problem, we switch things around to make it good for you also. So that was for information. A late day thing came in today. I would like us, the village board, to give Lene, our clerk, and Gina, our treasurer, authorization to sign the DASNY grant for $100,000 that we will receive from Senator Skoufis. If we could permit that, please.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much. No. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Okay. I have public comment.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't, you just stand up.
Hi.
I just wanted to give you all this paper.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to, oh, also this, right?
Wait, go ahead. Well, you start with that.
As the Town of Highland Falls United Youth, we once again come to the Village Board for financial assistance with our annual Community Family Fun Day. We are a group of young adults trying to make a difference and provide a safe and inclusive environment to empower all youngsters in personal development and leadership skills. Family Fun Day is an event to foster better relationships in the community while having fun. We would like to ask the board to help us feed those at the event that do not necessarily have the funds to buy from our food vendors. Our plan is to cook and serve hot dogs and provide beverages to anyone who wants them. We will be providing entertainment to all who attend. Though this is very costly, we already have started to fundraise through Saturday's bake sale and are asking you for $1,000 to help us make this happen. Thank you for your time and allowing us to speak.
Thank you.
Now, let them know what else is going on that day that wasn't planned, the other paper.
Oh.
That's gonna be combined with Family Fun Day.
Skim it, just say what it is, well, next.
Oh,
Skim it.
You don't have to read everything.
The Town of Highland Falls Community Coalition is excited to sponsor our finest family wellness program for teens, parents, and anyone else that can come. For all Orange County families and students, it will be held Saturday, April 22nd, 2000.
They're
Wait.
changing the
Well,
date.
that's piggybacking to ours now, so it was gonna happen April 22nd, so now this is happening with Family Fun Day,
Which is?
June 3rd.
Intermediate school, Highland Falls Intermediate School, 52 months
Well,
and up.
It'll be at Pickens Field. It'll be with
It's
us.
okay.
Maybe you shouldn't have, you skimmed it. You should-
You're doing great. Keep going, keep going, keep going, don't worry about it, you're doing
Being
fine.
hosted by Access Stop, DLEI, Activism, Drug Abuse Council, Highland Falls, Fort Montgomery School District, the Center, Highland Falls, and co-sponsored by Orange County District Attorney Holver, all collaborating, share family-focused interactive seminars covering substance use, mental health, and other social problems. There will be breakout sessions specifically to teens and adults. A keynote address will be delivered by DA Hoover this exiting day, including lunch is free to all participants. Also, there will be pop-up tables, information, and fun surprises.
You did good.
That's it.
Thank you.
Good job.
We will look into this. I don't have a contact number on this letter, but I know I have a contact. Okay. Okay, good. Anyone else?
This is going to be a hard act to follow, but Olga Anderson, resident of Highland Falls. I also wanted to make the announcement about our Earth Day event that's coming up on Saturday. In case anybody has missed it, we have been putting this out there. We have quite a nice array of exhibits, events. We have somebody who spins wool, who lives here in Fort Montgomery, and she's going to have her spinning wheel. We're going to have scouts there doing projects. We're going to have the garden club there doing seeds, and we're going to have a plant swap. Orange and Rockland is going to be there to help us understand what kind of energy savings programs they have. And that kind of brings me to kind of a different point. There are a lot of energy savings programs coming down the pike. I would urge the village, the board, the residents to really keep an eye on these things. Between the Inflation Reduction Act and New York's Climate Act, there's a lot of funding that's being made available to communities and to residents. So please come to Earth Day. We can help you find out more about it. Anybody who has questions can reach out to the Environmental Committee.
And the date for Earth Day?
Saturday, April 22nd, Earth Day.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I had a question for Olga. Actually, there's a NYSERDA grant that we essentially already, have. It's for $5,000, right? But it needs to be applied for still, and we still need to come up with a project in order for us to get this money. But it's really essentially free money. Olga has actually volunteered to fill out the application, right? So that,
It's being done downstairs.
we're doing it
Yeah,
ourselves?
yeah.
So what is the project that we are going to
I
take?
need to have you wait till tomorrow when when the treasurer comes in. I don't know that we only started the paperwork. I don't know that we've picked an item
Well, the item has to go into
into
the
the
application.
application. I know that.
Yeah,
I
so
know
the
that.
$5,000 is granted to the village,
Yeah,
but.
because of things we've done in the past.
Right, the past actions of the village have,
And we want to take more.
right,
We
so
don't- we want to get more money.
we will give
Yeah.
more
No,
money.
we will.
But
I
this
know.
this really, you just need to pick a way to spend $5,000 on something that's going to improve energy efficiency in one of the buildings that the village owns. I mean, perhaps you need something, a new door, a new window. The town got $5,000, they're replacing 5 windows in Town Hall. Getting energy efficient windows. So, I mean, there's a lot, building insulation is an option, so
I know Jack had.
definitely there's, I can provide you with additional guidance on how to spend the money. So,
And we also,
Yes, yeah, just give us more
Yeah,
ideas.
we need-
yeah, I can definitely do that, yeah.
now there's a deadline, right? A deadline of May 7?
Yes, I've already asked for an extension,
Thank you.
just in case.
Thank you. Okay. I'll get back to you on that,
Please.
but it's on the desk,
Okay.
believe me. Yeah, we could do windows here. We have some that are in need. I know the water plant put in for, it was either windows or doors. If they didn't do it, we could do it out of this money maybe?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have projects, and we'll agree on which one.
Let's do it.
Okay, anyone else? You have anything?
I do. Okay, so, the youth services, I really appreciate these, Town of Highlands United Youth Group. You know, I appreciated them coming last week, last village board meeting, and I appreciate you guys coming again this board meeting. I really do, right? And but that $10,000, right, that we were gonna add onto, that Mr. DeSalvo wanted to take from the fire department budget request to put to the youth services.
That's a lot.
He's now asking, oh, it's on the minutes, he's now asking to be put under parks so that it would be for a different project, okay? A sensory project, I think that's what you sent on email.
So,
Right.
can I add something? In whichever way that the monies were supposed to be, regardless if it was, in my opinion, if it's for a sensory garden or whatever, it's for the children of our community.
I
So
agree.
no matter what, it's for our kids, so it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But it should, in my opinion, again, whatever monies it is, it should be spread out to whatever groups or organizations that are with our community. So if it's whichever, at least I would say whatever we have going on for any of our children, it should be used. And if it's making a sensory garden, or if it's helping the kids try and do wonderful things for our community, and or anything else that someone may have planned for our community, it's for us. It's for all of us. But we need to be able to put it and share it together so that all of our children have a little bit to it. Every individual that has an organization that wants to do something for our kids, and even the village, it's beautiful. It doesn't mean that we have to argue about it or anything else. So let's just sit down, talk, and do the right thing.
Thank you, Sally.
It should be
Thank you.
fair, right? I agree. So, so I want to say this, Sally, okay? Because I'm being accused of actually not for special needs and not giving money to special needs because I'm against them. So this is not true. So I'll give you facts. The village and the town taxpayers, village and town taxpayers put children with special needs at the forefront. They've always done that. We're very inclusive and we're very supportive of their needs. And I'll give you evidence of that fact. The village and town taxpayers have allocated just for the year 2022-2023, $6,664,665 of our taxpayer money, the village and town, going to special education and special need programs for approximately 180 special needs youths. $6,666,000, okay? That comes out of the school budget. The school budget is 37 million plus, okay? 6 million of that goes to special needs and special programs. We're already spending that money for special needs and special programs, okay? So we're already doing that, so I agree with you.
Sally, I can't do it this way.
So that is how much money we already spend. So if there are people out there, not you, I'm not talking about you, Sally. If there are people out there who think that I'm dismissive of special needs, that I'm not, for giving them enough money to spend for special needs children, special needs youths, that's the fact. So please consider the facts before not you, others speak, that I'm dismissive. $6,664,000 go to special needs for the town and the village as it is. So I agree with you. I know you're asking for $1,000 for your youth, and look at your accomplishments. Your accomplishments are wonderful, okay? So I agree that it should be fairly distributed. When a small group like yours are asking for $1,000 for I would consider that, yeah.
However, I do want to state that any
Doesn't
of our
work. It
children.
just doesn't
All
work.
right, I'm sorry, I'll be
That's
quiet.
okay, it doesn't, okay. Anything, good, you
Okay.
get your time.
All right, I do have to give you my monthly building department report, and that, as usual, Phil Hannawalt is working very hard to fill that. Sorry. Technology.
While she's looking for that, I want to say, Sally and some other folks who don't come to a lot of the meetings, I had to set rules in place, just like the town board does, the planning board does, the zoning, it mirrors theirs. There's nothing special, nothing more in here. And I never had to do that until very unruly people would start to come to the meeting and would talk over you and would talk when they're not supposed to talk. And it was chaos, I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know. So I had to do rules that all five of us agreed to. And so I apologize,
There's
but
nothing to
if
apologize.
there really isn't, I understand. And I appreciate you saying that. Go ahead.
Okay, so, building department, for the month of March alone, 12 permit applications received and 18 permits were issued. He did 40 certificates of compliance and 67 inspections, okay? That's 3 fire safety inspections, 3 violation notices were issued, that's, makes me sad, but 8 municipal searches, 9 FOIL requests. Also want to talk about, again, the environmental committee. I think Elise is still working on the EV chargers. I know that the town has already contracted with them and that the EV chargers are already up and running. We're just waiting for that to hopefully be not a village cost here anymore.
I can update you on that if you wish. I did get a copy of the contract that was signed by the town. It is not what they sent to the village. And I have not yet heard back from them. So I did send emails and I did not get a response.
We'll follow up.
So there must be, because they sent me an email saying they haven't heard from you. So it must be a
If you wish,
miscommunication.
I'll send the email that I sent to them, but
Okay,
I did send an email before I actually saw the town contract, I just did not hear back. So maybe it went to
Okay.
your contact, but maybe I don't think he's the attorney, but I didn't get a response.
okay, I'll follow up.
Or, on the other hand, I have changed email addresses.
Oh.
So it could be that they sent it to the wrong, but I haven't got anything. But that could be a possibility.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
And along, just let me add about the charges, I'm anxious anyway to make the 2 that we have in place, there needs to be a fee, so we're working on that. I call it the gadget. The gadget is there. We're just waiting for one more component to make it work, to charge someone's card for an hour when they sit there, however that works. It goes by kilowatt hours.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. The center, just making announcements for the center and Molina's center. There's a press conference on the master plan for aging. I didn't know there was a master plan for aging. I'm interested in that. On Saturday, April 15 at the senior center in Cornwall. April 26th, there's going to be a sexual assault walk-a-mile event in West Point. Again, the center is involved in that. On May 12th, they're going to be the Highland Falls Intermediate School Family Fun Night. So that is still May 12th.
That's still going on, yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
something completely different.
Okay.
That's the school.
I see, yes, and she has a community coalition table that's going to be there. The center is also sponsoring a Narcan training at the Highland Falls Intermediate School on May 20th. And they have an Albany trip on April 25 to visit Senator Skoufis and have a tour of the state capitol. And there's a senior information fair at Holy Innocents from 10:30 until noon this
Wednesday.
This Wednesday, okay. So for all the information on all these things that I mentioned, please go to their website, right? You can even RSVP through the website. It's the centerhf.org. And just a reminder, the center is a community resource for everybody, not just seniors, but youths, all kinds of different activities. So visit their website for information. And lastly, Councilman Ty King has set up Friday morning coffee with veterans who are interested in just sitting down and having coffee. He and I will be at the Gracie's Market from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock on Friday mornings. And we're just trying to connect with all the veterans in the community. That's all.
Gary?
Yes, the plan after doing the hydrant flushing, it worked out pretty well. Very little people had residuals in their water. Some people next door to me had nothing. I had a little bit. Other people, same way all over through the village. Plants produce about 600,000 gallons per day. The tank should be filled in a couple more days, since we, lowered them out with flushing the hydrants. Bog Meadow is full. We're still really good on that. And also the meter list is out there. If you receive a meter, a tag that was at your house, please get a hold of these guys. Let them in the house, let them do a meter reading, because we are not properly getting the right read from your house. And then that might result in a bill that won't coincide with what you supposedly had. So it's better for you guys to get it. It's better for all the village taxpayers, because we're losing money. If you don't, it's nice not to pay any water bill, it's nice not to pay any sewer bill. Hell, I agree, that's no problem. But it's not fair for everybody else to pay it when somebody else is getting away with it. So please, and you might not know that you're getting away with it. I'm not saying you're doing it, wrong and stuff. I'm just saying that, if you know there's a house, you gotta read at your house, they cannot get into your house, please get a hold of them. There's a number on the ticket they put in the door. It's very important for everybody to make that happen. And that's all I have.
Jim?
Just a quick correction. The $10,000 that went into youth services did not come from the fire department. That was a complete inaccurate statement. The 10,000 came, it's on my notes, right on this paper, from when we were there. Of course, I understand them, but you might not. Sales tax increase from $1,320,000 to $1,350,000 to offset 10K to youth services. Not from the fire department, it increased the sales tax revenue, which we are year over year up. So that's money that comes from sales tax. Okay, not the fire department. So that's inaccurate. That's number one. Number two, the thought process between, and I sent an email to the board because we're still in the process of dealing with the tentative budget, which has not been approved yet, which I have not seen on an email any board members make a motion to remove remove any money that I can see in the emails, unless I missed it in the email chain. But the purpose of that money was not for an organization in the community. No organization asked anybody for money. Not formally, not informally. The money was to go towards, like we have a park on Center Street, Sergeant Banks Memorial Park. Like we have a park at Roe Park. Like we have a basketball court. Like we have the swimming pool. It was meant to create, there is a sensory, I think, garden/park in Cornwall. That's the best, the closest I could suggest that there would be something that are just for special needs kids to go to. It wasn't a cash grab by any, hold on a second.
It's not, it's a school.
Right, but my point is that it is a park.
Yes.
Okay, so that is what the theory was of the entire endeavor. That's why I sent an email, so that we could probably clarify some confusion. I don't have a problem with giving money to an organization, but I just want the board and the folks in the audience to understand that I have Rotary, Knights of Columbus, African American Men's League, food pantries, Highlanders Group, American Legion. There is a lot of organizations in town. There's probably 15 organizations in town. So I don't have a problem if we want to try to set something up, but just be prepared that once we give $250 to one of them, or 500 or 1,000, that there's a potential for every other organization which does which all do very good things in the community that are gonna be looking for cash. Everybody's looking for cash. We get, down at the bank, we get tens and tens and tens of requests, for donations. Little League, you name it. It's the center, March Madness, you name it, we get a request for funds. So, we should come up with something if we wanna do it, and that'll be up to the board. But that's wait a minute, that's exactly what happened, and that's where we are at.
Jimmy, can I just say one thing?
I didn't start anything, Melanie.
No, but
I
wait a
didn't start
minute, no,
anything.
no,
You did here.
wait.
You did, wait, I'm not, I can't.
I just
can't.
wanna
I'll
say
lose
that
it.
Jimmy's
I-
appreciated
Thank
because
you.
he's always supported
All
everyone.
right, thank you. All right, is there anything else?
No.
Are you done?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
Second,
All in favor?
yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you so much.